What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to look at 9 games that I hope release in 2024. Now, these are either games that have been confirmed to come out in 2024 that I honestly don't have a lot of confidence in, or they seem like they maybe could, and also same thing, right? Not sure if they actually do. I wanted to try to keep it kind of realistic, right? So we've talked about 2025, and I have thrown out big predictions like even Kingdom Hearts 4, for example, or Ghost of Tsushima, or even say Wonder Woman. I think those are realistic possibilities. Even if they don't happen, I think they're realistic. So I want to keep things realistic. We're not talking about, The Last of Us 3 or a new Uncharted game or anything coming out in 2024. I think these are pretty realistic to happen. Before we go into the 9, I do want to throw out 2 honorable mentions that are honorable because I feel much more confident that they are coming out this year. And again, like whether they've been confirmed or not confirmed. So we have Silent Hill 2 Remake and we have Metal Gear 3 Remake. I think, both from Konami, it actually made a lot of sense to, I think, have both of them be the honorable mentions. I'd maybe say more for Silent Hill than Metal Gear, but I just have a good feeling both of them will be coming out. Silent Hill, we've gone over pretty much every single rumor and every single breadcrumb trail or whatever on that game. But those 2, I would say, are probably looking pretty darn good. Okay, so to start off our list is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. To be honest with you, I'm taking a sneak peek over there. This might be the most anticipated of these 9 games. I think this has the possibility to change lives. No, but it looks phenomenal, and I really do think it's gonna happen. There have been pretty good signs on this game. Also, I don't know if I want to call it like promotion or marketing or whatever, you want to call it maybe necessarily, but they've been showing quite a bit. They don't let, whether it's a few months or even just a few weeks actually of turnaround time, right? They're constantly showing new trailers, or they showed the gameplay a little while ago of like just a full-on battle, I guess, right? They're always kind of hanging around. And I think this is a prime candidate to show up at, wherever you wanted to show up, probably like a Summer Game Fest, right? In fact, it was shown off at the Game Awards with Jeff Keighley, so I think Summer Game Fest makes sense. And then this screams fall. Really, of all of these games, this one really does scream fall of 2024. And I think it could be like the highest selling of this group. It could be the best of this group. Obviously, I guess depending on the type of gamer that you are. But I feel confident on this one, but I don't feel as confident on this as I do, say, like a Silent Hill 2. Okay, next up is one that I really want, but I'm actually maybe very not confident on. Dragon Age Dreadwolf. So you can say one positive / like a thing that's actually going to happen pretty darn close to even where we are right now. We were promised to get an in-depth look at this game in the summer. Now, this game has shown up again at Jeff Keighley's shows, I believe 4 or 5 times. I've actually lost count at this point, but this is another one that screams either an EA-specific event and they just do Dragon Age, or maybe like a 10-15 minute just like segment, slice, of Summer Game Fest. Jeff Keighley just gives them the floor for freaking 10-15 minutes. And now to combine onto that, right, we've heard a lot of rumors, but never really confirmation. This is really, I think, what's different with this game versus others. We've heard rumors of 2024. We've heard rumors that it's going to try to sneak into 2024. And just that phrase alone is, I think, quite obvious, or it gives off the impression that it's going to try. And when I say sneak, you'll think about Inquisition. Inquisition did come out in December. So for me, Dreadwolf is either a December 2024 game, or it's like a late January, early February 2025 game. I think you're only going to get one of the 2, okay? So I think, again, it's definitely possible, and, maybe unlike some of these other games where you really don't know when the next time you'll see it, this, you'll see it probably in like a month and a half, but then, and I guess in a month and a half, you'll know the release date, at least hopefully, right? But that is the mystery part. Okay, next up is The Wolf Among Us 2, and, Dragon Ball has the potential to change lives. Maybe Wolf Among Us 2 does as well. The first game is so freaking good. It still, I would say, holds up to this day. This is maybe my most anticipated. I don't know if I already said that for Dragon Ball, but no, I am really pumped for this game, and at least we got pictures. Like a week and a half ago, they showed us 4 pictures for the game. I definitely think we need more than that. The game was actually, this is an example, the game was, I don't want to say promised, but I also do want to say promise. The game was said to be 2024, right? Technically, the game was said to be 2023, and they delayed it by a full year. And we don't know when in 2024, but the last official statement we heard about this game is that it's releasing this year. It's been a whole year since then. We've heard rumors of money trouble yet again at Telltale. Doesn't sound good. Do I have hope that the game is going to come out? Yes. Do I have hope that the game is going to come out this year? Yeah, partially, but not fully, right? So hopefully this is another example. Like all of these games, by the way, great opportunity to show them off in May or June. Sony show, PlayStation show, Xbox show. You even have Ubisoft. I don't know if I actually have any Ubisoft games on here. So this is one that I really hope we see in another month or two. And, I mean, if it's going to come out this year, I mean, we got to see more than a 2.5-minute trailer. You've got to show us more than 4 pictures. You got to show us the game. Okay, this one is maybe a long shot, and I want to add a little asterisk to this one. Not necessarily full-on release, but like anything, beta, pre-alpha, tech test, whatever you want. Transformers Reactivate. This was shown off back at the Game Awards, actually, I believe, so 2022, not this past one, but the one before. But we've heard about it really way before then. There's been rumors of this game for years and years and years. There seemed to be a lot of positive development, and then, I mean, there's really been nothing. So again, I'm trying to keep it realistic. Like, literally, that's the point. So I don't want to go crazy on purpose, but I'm not expecting a full-on release, and I'm literally just show it again at any point this year and have it be a beta, have it be an alpha, have it be a tech test, whatever you want to do, but let people actually try it. Even you have Hades 2 doing it, No Rest for the Wicked, 33 Immortals. We're in right now a phase where we're getting multiple games that are not exactly the same, but they have that kind of early access vibes going on. We're seeing a bunch of them do it literally right now. Transformers, that's all I'm hoping for. I don't need the full game out, but at least like part of the game, I guess. Okay, next is the casting of Frank Stone. Now, I actually had to do a double take or like a double watch of the trailer. It's been a while since I actually watched the trailer, and the trailer does actually say 2024. It says you can wish list it, but at the very end it says, I think at the bottom, it says coming in 2024. This one's confusing and a little messy, and I want to actually combine it. Next on my list here, I wrote Directive 8020, the other supermassive game. Let's do both. Let's do even both at the same time because they confuse me because they're both kind of coming out, I mean, maybe around the exact same time. So with the Dark Pictures anthology, and we've talked about this before, so I'll keep it short. Dark Pictures, they released their games. Their original idea was to release games every 6 months. Then the actual execution was every year, right? They were going to release games every year. Now, they skipped a year. This past fall should have been, if you follow the timeline, right, should have been a Dark Pictures game. It wasn't. So it makes me question if they actually canceled this Directive 8020 game. There has been layoffs inside Supermassive. I think the co-founders both left, so a lot has actually changed in the last, say, 12 months at that studio. It's cause of concern, or it's reason to worry. Maybe not like absolute panic or freak out, right? But it's definitely, I would say, a reason to worry about these games. I think because of Dead by Daylight, I think the Frank Stone game, I think that's probably safe. Directive 8020, this is actually, like, looking at it one more time, it's really one of the only ones, if not the actual only one, that I think might be at risk of actually being canceled. It's why I didn't put games like Little Devil Inside or things. I mean, Little Devil Inside, I guess, actually did get an update, but again, to try to keep it realistic, this would be a game out of all the games that I would be most worried about not ever coming out. So that is one that, I mean, again, like, the point of this video is release, not like show us a trailer. I mean, maybe we get a trailer and maybe that's good enough for Directive 8020, but especially, again, with casting of Frank Stone, like, that's the more recent one you showed a trailer. That one has a year, whereas Directive 8020 doesn't actually have a year attached to it, right? So, I don't know. I mean, I guess if we can shoot 50%, if we can just get one of the two, and again, Frank Stone actually has the year, so that one might be more likely. Okay, final three, and the first of those three, Deca Police. Hopefully people know what this game is, because this game honestly does look really cool. It's maybe the most underrated or underlooked, or overlooked, whichever way you want to look at it, of the games on my list. So Deca Police from Level 5, right? And these are the makers of like Ni no Kuni. I'm a big Ni no Kuni fan. I know 2 was very split. Every time I say I love Ni no Kuni 2, I get a lot of comments telling me how complete garbage that second game was. I agree to disagree, but it doesn't really matter. Deca Police does look really, really cool. And that is another actual example. The game was supposed to come come out, like The Wolf Among Us, I guess, was supposed to come out last year. It was delayed till this year. So I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm not like too confident. It's actually kind of underrated or overlooked or whatever, even to me, right? Where like I do think about it when I think of these kind of lists or games that have almost kind of been forgotten, right? But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it's not too much in my brain where I don't have too much hope for it, that it'll actually come to fruition. I hope it does. I don't think it's at risk of canceling the game or anything like that, but again, for it to come out this year, I think I'm just a little bit worried about it. So hopefully we see that one soon. Okay, next up is the Indiana Jones game. This one is an interesting one because I wouldn't be too upset if this game didn't come out this year. Maybe, again, I think all these are kind of unique. Like, of all the games on this list, is there one I wouldn't be too upset with not seeing this year? It actually would maybe be Indiana Jones. Because we've known of its existence for an okay amount of time. We got, like, the official, reveal of it. And to me, it looks solid. I mean, I go back and forth with the first-person, third-person thing. I'm absolutely going to play it. And I think it can be a really solid game. The studio absolutely has kind of the background of being a very, very good studio. But I feel like just the way that they've handled it and the way they've kind of rolled out the updates or us seeing it, I don't know. I wouldn't be too bummed about it not coming out this year. But at the same time, and on the opposite side of that, we have actually heard rumors, specifically when the whole Xbox games on PlayStation thing was happening and in full effect, right? We heard a lot of rumors that Indy was coming out in December. So, again, I wouldn't be bummed, but now, we've heard that internally it sounds like that. I guess rumors can be wrong, right? But it came from a pretty good source. So, okay, well, now they want the game to come out in December. So now it's like, well, should I expect it in December? Should I not, right? Again, I think the placement of this game is important to remember, and I think it kind of helps the game, or it's to the game's advantage. If the rumor is December, it's actually a lot like Dragon Age to me. It's either December or it's late January through February, maybe even March, right? Those are the two. So if you don't get in December, you wait 2.5 months, and the game is out. At least that's how I kind of rationalize it to myself. So I wouldn't be too upset, but, would it help a year that is actually more and more quiet, after we just left March and, April on is a pretty quiet period in gaming this year? Yeah, it would help, because regardless of first person versus third and all that jazz, and I'm sure there'll be more controversies involved, still an Indiana Jones AAA game made from a very good studio, I feel like that would help, a slower type year, right? And the final game is Quidditch Champions, Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. I gotta be real, I forgot. Now, I was looking at a couple different lists online to try to make sure I nailed them all. I guess you could say maybe Assassin's Creed, but I have actually a lot of confidence Assassin's Creed will come out this year, hence why it's not on this. But I was reading through, and I don't even think I saw Quidditch Champions, and it's okay, well, I'll add that to the list myself, right, because I didn't see it. This is a game I actually feel pretty confident in. It's just, it really doesn't appear, I think, in the minds of many people when they make lists of games coming out this year or actually ever. I think this game can be extremely good. I'm excited for them to, it's been forever, and I am actually losing my patience, but I feel like this game can be very successful. I'm just waiting for them to show any kind of info, right? There was a lot of play tests on this game, and I won't say anything more about that, but it's been a while even since that. So I think it's about time that they not only, and again, considering the theme of the video, do I want to see it again? Yes, and that is absolutely the next step for it. But when you show it, I think it's time. It's not just showing it, it's announcing the date, and it's getting that thing out there. So there you go. There's 9. Again, you can maybe make a stretch for maybe Assassin's Creed or some other games that would maybe bring this list to 10. I had some honorable mentions and all that jazz. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.